take the clock.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Anion Sports Podcast. I am Don Collins. This week, I don't have any in-studio guests, but it's cool because I ended up going Instagram Live. So NBA free agency was wild. Look, I got a little docket. First things first, I got to pay attention to my boy Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying? If somebody want to get at your boy D Rose to tell him he can come on anytime. He in Detroit now. I know where that's at. We can get this happening. D Rose, where you at? But Derrick Rose signed a 2-year, $15 million deal with the Detroit Pistons. I mean, it's not the Bulls. So like I'm low key kind of happy. Like if it was the Bulls with Gar Paxson and John Paxson and Gar Forman, I'd be pissed. Just because it's like I want him to come home, but I don't want him to come back to the guys that traded him. You know what I'm saying? So obviously I'm cool. Like that's a 2-year deal, $7.5 million, a step up from that like 1.8 he got last year or whatever the number was. So now Derrick Rose is hooping again. Oh man, he could take a starting job because Reggie Jackson is a free agent at the end of the season. So we can see how that work out. But it's good to see Derrick Rose on another contract, as he is still my favorite NBA player. Lou says, I love D Rose, but I know you did not just start free. Yes, yeah, nah. I definitely did start this off with Derrick Rose because you got to get the important stuff out of the way. All right, you can't look. It's like if you watch a movie, you don't come into the movie and bang, bad guy dead. No, you build up. It's rising action. You feel me? There's context. There's game planning. It's like damn, KD signed with some team, but we're going to get to that a little later. Look, Luke, talking about the best in the East. You're right, we will talk about the best in the East because I know Richard is in here. So Kemba Walker signed with the Boston Celtics after Kyrie elected to not re-sign. More on that later. So Kemba Walker is now a Celtic. He left the only team that he had known for his entire franchise, or his only franchise he had known in his entire NBA career. He signed a 4-year, $141 million deal with Boston. Danny Ainge saved face after losing Kyrie in free agency and paying an exorbitant amount of money to Gordon Hayward after, and then he broke his leg. And he just, we'll see. But Tatum is now primed to get a step up in his role. But then you got Kemba Walker there to kind of shoulder some of that scoring load so he doesn't have to put up 40 a night for them to be competitive. You bring back Marcus Smart. You lose Al Horford. I think he went to some other team that's relevant. We'll get more on that later. But yeah, nah, Kyrie definitely provided. It was crazy because Kyrie averages like 25, you know, what was it like? They had, it was one of them ESPN stats where they did the side by side, and Kyrie and Kemba literally averaged almost identical stats. So my question is what's the better fit? Obviously, you're gonna say Kemba. You know, I just think at the end of the day, I can't believe they fumbled the Kyrie experiment so bad. It's like if Kyrie's supposed to be this elite guy, and then it's like he almost made them worse. And for me, I guess, I don't know. Is that like valid? Like, I think you're supposed to get the best guys and let it all figure out later, but that's not the case. Kyrie is gone now to some team, I think. Some out west, maybe. I don't know. More on that later. But yeah, so Kemba signs, and I like it, honestly, because I think if you're getting the identical stats, you're getting a guy that is going to score the ball, but like, LJ, I see LJ in here. Okay. He's a better leader. I mean, leadership is funny. Like, you know, it's different styles of it. Like, one guy could be all up in your face, yelly, and you respond more to like the come on guys, let's go, like the motivational type that's not yelling all in your face. But I don't know. I don't know what Kyrie's leadership style is. Kemba, he did a wonderful post today in the Players Tribune, so shout out Kemba Walker. He was talking about, I'm more of a lead by example kind of guy. And I'm just saying, like, is Kyrie like a vocal kind of guy? Like, what is his leadership style? And why would it contrast so much more from Kemba Walker? I don't know. I don't know Kyrie personally, and I like Kyrie, so I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh, he's a piss poor leader. Maybe it just didn't work. And for whatever reason, it didn't. But it's winning time, and so Boston had to make a move like that. So, point guards getting paid. Point guards definitely getting paid. Speaking of that, I got to bring up Damian Lillard. Dame Dolla. Dame Dolla then signed 4 years, 196 max with the Portland Trail Blazers. He deserved it. He deserved it. I think I'm getting ready to say Damian Lillard might be the best player in their history. I mean, for real. Name what? So we got LaMarcus, Clyde the Glide. I know Scotty played there for a little bit. But is Damian Lillard the best trailblazer of all time? I'd have to say yeah. So, of course, he's going to get this money. 4 years, 196. It's no-brainer. Look at him. The dude does everything for them. He scores. He assists. Brandon Roy. I mean, yes, but like I'm taking Dame over everybody else. Everybody. So he got his max deal. It was a no-brainer. And they've been retooling a little bit. They also, this morning, they traded for Hassan Whiteside. So Nurkic, hope he's recovering from that injury well. I seen him running. He's doing really good with that. So we got Nurkic out. So they pick up Whiteside. So they play until he gets back. And now they got centers galore. Obviously, you still got McCollum. They moved on from Evan Turner. And they picked up... who did they get? It wasn't Prince. It wasn't Torian Prince. They picked up... help me out, Instagram. Help me out. Who did the Trailblazers trade Evan Turner for? Tell me. Y'all got to be quicker than this. Oh, Kent Bazemore. That's I Am Leon Thompson, owner of I Am Lewis Thompson. Go ahead, check him out for the flicks. LJ got it too. LJ about to be doing this thing this year. High school hoops. You know what it is. Shout out BB. So they've been making a couple of moves, positioning themselves to be contenders. But I really like the fact that you just got to stay with the continuity. So a lot of people were saying they should break up, CJ and Dame, like they should trade a lot of their other assets. And they're like, nah, we're going to stay together and we're going to make this thing work because you never know what's going to happen. You look up, they were just in the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, they got swept, but it's probably arguably the best team in NBA history that they lost to. But now the West seemingly is more wide open. So now they get to keep doing their thing. So kudos to Dame for making his money. Also, they flipped and got Hassan Whiteside. Point guard still get money. That boy Jamal Murray bag looking a little bit bigger today. He got the Birkin bag with the Prada strap. He got paid 4 years, 170 with the Nuggets. Once again, keeping the teams together. They got Jokic. They re-up Paul Millsap for 1 year, $30 million. Took the team option. I like it. Let them grow a little bit more. They scooped up. Bol in the draft, and they still got Michael Porter Jr. So I like the Nuggets. Go ahead, keeping their band together. Louis. If you don't know, I'm saying it now because I don't think it's been on record other than Twitter. Louis has the Nuggets going to the NBA Finals this season. And he said that last season about this season. So we're not just making this up. I promise you. I think he promised. But let's see what they're talking about in here. What do I think about OKC? What did OKC do? What moves did they make? Who did they pick up? Because, we got to look. I ain't even talk about the draft yet. I was just going to kind of gloss over that until Summer League, which starts today, that I found out. But I think OKC, look, they picked up Mike Muscala. I mean, so we got some depth pieces. I mean, it is what it is. They're kind of stuck with what they are. You got to hope Ferguson continues to progress. You got to hope Russ doesn't get hurt again. You got to hope that Paul George doesn't get hurt again. It is it's OKC. They're going to be good enough to make playoffs. I don't think they're going to be good enough. I don't know who puts them over the top. I don't think Russ is going to shoot the games away. He shoots the shots that he has to take because of the flaws in the rest of their roster. And I don't like usually defending Russell Westbrook, but I have to. I'm keeping that same energy. So, next on the docket, Lou, the 76ers made a couple of moves. They signed Tobias Harris to a 4-year, $180 million contract. No surprises. They had to get somebody. They couldn't let Jimmy and Tobias walk out the door. It took a lot of guts from Elton Brand to go ahead and pull that trigger. You had to go ahead and try to win a championship. So they got, you have Ben Simmons, you got Embiid, and then they trade for Tobias, they trade for Jimmy in moves that they probably gave up more than they should have. But it went now mode. You do what you got to do. I said they should have brought everybody back and run it back because I didn't think they were going to win a championship, but they put the pieces in place to do so, and now you might as well keep them in place for as long as you can. So Tobias Harris signs his 4-year, $180. It's a lot of money. Richard, I believe, told me that, Richard might as well be an Anion Sports Stats and Info with the way he's been spitting the numbers out. They highest paid player in NBA history to never be an All-Star. So interesting tidbit. I don't think that's necessarily his fault. He's a forward in today's NBA. But if you elevate your game to a certain status, you're going to be there. They signed Al Horford to 4 years, $109 million. With the money that they saved from Jimmy Butler. Because Jimmy Butler apparently is trying to get signed and trade to Miami, of all places. Like, why are you going to Miami, Jimmy? But do you? I guess the beaches are nice. The weather, I guess, is cool to play for the Heat. But I don't know. I don't understand it to the degree that maybe I should. Money is going to be there. Beach is nice, all of that. But they signed Al Horford with that money instead, and boom. Sixers are looking like the team to beat until further notice. You got Ben Simmons, 6'10". If the sign and trade is completed, you're going to get Josh Richardson, which is a 6'6" wing that could shoot, that can also play defense. You got Tobias, which I didn't know he was as good of a shooter as he is, but you got Tobias that's able to play, some small forward. He can play some power forward. Then you got Horford, who can play good defense, pop out to the three, shoot everything. Then you have Embiid. Far and away, the best player on the 76ers roster. Hey, that's right, I said it. Until Ben Simmons get a jump shot, he can never be best player on my team. But especially not one with a transcendent center like Joel Embiid. So it's cool that now they got 4 guys that can shoot, assuming that this Jimmy Butler sign and trade goes through. You got 4 guys that can shoot surrounding the guy that can't. But then you got a guy in Embiid who now has ample spacing because you don't have Jimmy buckets and his non-shooting ability. Obviously they lost JJ Redick, so the Pelicans picked up JJ Redick, 2 years, 26. That man just keeps making money and he just keeps making threes. So Sixers looking prime spot. I mean, I don't hand anything to anybody, so I'm not going to say they're going to go to the finals here and, because they have a dude that can't shoot. But looking nice. Skyler said the Mavericks won't cooperate to make the deal possible. Oh, you talking about the Sixers and Heat trade for Jimmy? Yeah, why would the Mavericks, why would they cooperate? What did they get out of it? They get, we get Kelly Olynyk's salary. So? Why would you do that? What? Who said that they should do that? Like, why? What are they getting? They're going to get a protected first round pick that, in what year? 2021? That's already gone. After that, what is it supposed to be? Like, why, if you're the Mavericks, would you take Kelly Olynyk's contract? It was like, what? Kelly Olynyk and, who else was the other guy? Goran Dragic. I don't know. I don't know if I'd do that. Like, if I'm the Mavericks, I'm trying to keep as much cap space as possible if it's not going to be an immediate impact to my roster. And Derrick Jones Jr. Okay, so, What are we talking about here? I wouldn't cooperate just to help them get good. You need a point guard. Let Luka play some more. Let Luka play it more. If at best case scenario, I don't know. I don't think Goran Dragic moves the needle as much as the Miami Heat obviously probably hoped. Because you're still in the Western Conference and Goran Dragic is probably like, that's not it, fam. I'm just let Luka run it more before I do that. Seth Curry should have went to the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers not giving him 4 years, 32, are they? Goran is on a 1 year. They keep that cap space for next year. So I see, okay, so it's an expiring deal. So that makes sense on that end. But then it's like you tying up with Kelly Olynyk, and I don't know. I'm not a capologist, so I can't tell you if they should from a salary cap standpoint all the way because I don't know the specifics. But on the court, Goran Dragic is a nice fit. Kelly Olynyk obviously is the piece that you got to put in. Derrick Jones, but still, why are you helping them? Why would you help them? Why would you honestly help them what are they going to give you to sweeten the pot? If you're the Mavericks, you're not just here to dump space. There has to be something attached to it. What picks are you going to give up? And that's probably where the Heat they're probably tied up. I don't know if I want to give up picks, and I don't know. What is the point? What are you doing by just taking a salary dump? So, yeah, I'm good on that. But the Sixers literally came up if this trade goes through because I don't know. They have to figure something out. But I was seeing a tweet where they said only Charlotte, the Knicks, maybe Cleveland, only so many teams could help them with the salary dump necessary to get Jimmy Butler. So it'll be interesting. Maybe some of these moves change depending on how these deals work out. Did I say the Knicks? I did say the Knicks. So y'all see the Knicks got Julius Randle, right? Y'all see the Knicks got Bobby Portis, right? Y'all see the Knicks got Taj Gibson, right? Playoff team. Hey, Spike Lee about to be turned up in the gut. Hell no. The Knicks aren't doing a damn thing. They aren't doing a damn thing. I had to listen. They traded Kristaps. They traded everybody else. And then they said they had $70 million projected cap. And they didn't get anybody. Nobody. I mean, don't get me wrong. Julius Randle is a nice piece. Bobby Portis is a nice piece. Taj Gibson, honestly, is good for them because he's a pro's pro and he could teach the young kids in the locker room a lot. But they didn't get anybody. There's no KD. There's no Kawhi until further notice. There's no Kyrie. There was no D'Angelo Russell. There was no Jimmy. There was no Tobias. There was no meetings. There was no nothing. Hell, I'll come play. I know it's some people in here right in this chat that can play basketball. Come on, get a tryout. LJ, what you say? You just need that 100K. Play for 100K. What you talking about? I mean, you might lose some eligibility for college, but the Knicks, they could play you right now. They can start you. So, let's see. They said, okay, you talking about Seth Curry. Oh, no. He talking about the Knickerbockers. Yeah, it's just goofy. But in a weird way, I kind of don't hate it. Because with the third pick in the draft, they took who I think is the best player in the draft class, now and for the foreseeable future, RJ Barrett. So, to bring in a KD, to bring in, a Kawhi, which still isn't ruled out at the time of this, to bring those guys in, it's kind of you might be stunting his growth considering what he needs to develop, what Kevin Knox needs to develop. And I'm not always for creating the super team in terms of, the Knicks have always kind of made hey, let's sign this guy and let's hope that we make playoffs. Let's sign that guy and then let's hope that we make playoffs. If the Knicks were a small market team, if they were Portland, if they were Utah, even OKC, will we be saying the same thing about them? I don't think so. I think we'd be saying, hey, that's good. They stuck with the rebuild instead of chasing a star that they probably would have brought in. Even, let's say they bring in Kevin Durant. He's out for the year. He's out for the year. You bring in Kyrie. Okay, so what? You can sell a few more tickets? Like what? The fact is that the Knicks were supposed to win the Zion Williamson lottery so that they could make a trade for Anthony Davis. If you make a trade for Anthony Davis, now, oh, damn, yeah, we can have a meeting with Kevin Durant. We can have a meeting with Kyrie. We can have a meeting with whoever we want. So you don't win that sweepstakes. You sit with RJ Barrett, which I think is going to be beneficial to them in the long term because I think he's going to be better than Zion Williamson. I think he's going to be better than Ja Morant. I think he's going to be better than everybody in the draft class. That's just how I feel. Prove me wrong. We have to wait and see. So in 10 years, we'll see. But yeah, their young core isn't that bad. They literally have Dennis Smith Jr., Mitchell Robinson. They picked up RJ Barrett, obviously. They have young pieces, and then they sign forwards that are pros. So guys that can teach them. You feel me? So it's not the worst thing you could do, but it's not the sexy move. But in life, you learn that the stuff that gets your attention fast goes like that. Do it the right way. Build a winner. Build a team. And then the Knicks will be back. Kevin Durant rehabbing a 1-year Achilles tear, that's not it, fam. Like, that's not it. I get how good he could be. I mean, I said I would back up a Brinks truck right now, max deal for Kevin Durant. But situation by situation, it just doesn't fit with the Knicks. And that's okay. A dysfunctional franchise would have been like, hey, this is all we got. This is our only plan. This is it. This is it. We're going for the wall. And then they strike out. Kevin Durant wasn't the Knicks' only plan. It was part of it, but it wasn't their only plan because they have a rebuild in place. New Orleans might be better than the Knicks, but that's because they literally picked up Lonzo, Brandon Ingram. They picked up Zion. They picked up Jackson Hayes. They picked up, they kept Drew Holiday. They picked up JJ Redick. Like, okay. But the Knicks have a path. I can make fun of them because they didn't get a damn person. But I don't think it's the worst thing that they could have did. Now the Bulls, since we're talking about the Knicks, I got to talk about the Bulls, the other major market team that isn't in LA. We picked up Thomas Satoransky. We picked up who else? We drafted Kobe White in the draft. But now we still got Chris Dunn. We got Otto Porter. We got Zach LaVine. We got Laurie. We got Wendell. And I'm not upset. I'm not upset because I can sit back and I can confidently say that the Chicago Bulls will be providing me cheaper tickets. I'm cool. Normally I'd be like, hey, let's go ahead, let's chase this free agency, but we didn't have the money. We got Otto Porter. That trade took us out of cap room to probably go chase somebody else. They're building a solid roster. I think they'll be fun to watch, but they won't break the bank for me to go see them. So expect to see me at more Bulls games this year. So I guess that's a good thing. I'll be going because it is young. Kobe White, LaVine, Porter, Laurie. Laurie's going to be really good. LaVine is really good. You got Wendell. But it didn't move the needle that much for me. They'll be okay. But, I don't expect them to make the playoffs. Now, if they do, don't be coming back in here and Don, they made the playoffs. But, come on, I'm not expecting them to. So, yeah. We didn't go anywhere. But, yeah, you're not gonna get the screamy Don about the Bulls because I didn't expect them to win anybody this offseason. And they probably made moves that, honestly, I didn't even think they could. So, we welcome Thomas Satoransky and Kobe White with wide open arms. So, to that aforementioned New York state of mind, the Brooklyn Nets. Oh, dear. The Brooklyn Nets pulled up They pulled up and they cashed out. They cashed out. They picked up Kyrie Irving, 4 years, 141. Kyrie really wanted to play at home or as close to home as possible. He grew up in New Jersey, so easy move for him. But Kyrie doesn't move the needle like the package deal of Kyrie and Kevin Durant does. Kevin Durant announced via the Boardroom, which is his Instagram page for his media business, one of his ventures. If you haven't seen the Boardroom, pay your $5 for ESPN Plus. Go ahead and get it because it's really cool to see how not just the top players of the NBA think about finances, but how they bring in some executives. They bring in some business owners, CEOs. Like they had the CEO of Twitter on there. Like they had the Nuggets, chief operating, co-owner and everything. It's just really cool to get that perspective just because it's not always just about basketball. Like the basketball players play and they make millions of dollars, but there's billions of dollars that is being poured into that, both on the TV side, the marketing side, every single side, everything. There's billions of dollars out there, and I love to see, athletes in general, but especially African American males, not fumble their bags away, and to get involved. I was reading something about finance and real estate, and Luol Deng has made, remember him? He's made $130 million in real estate. He made 151 playing in the NBA. So, cool. Shout out the Boardroom. But back to the topic at hand. Kyrie and KD both signed 4-year deals, and they took slightly less than the max to go ahead to bring in DeAndre Jordan, 4 years, $40 million, so 10 a year. So Brooklyn, I don't know about this year. Making the noise because KD's rehabbing that Achilles. I want to see him sit out the whole year. Let's just keep it a buck. Sit out the whole year. Man, it's nice. It's nice. It's not quite as exciting because of his Achilles tear when he rushed back to come back and play. But it's definitely exciting. And I have to ask the question, who won that Brooklyn Celtics trade? Because before it was definitive. You were saying, people would probably say, Brooklyn got the short end of the stick. They got bent over the table. This over with. But you got Kyrie, who just spent a year with the Celtics. You got Kevin Durant. So now it's sitting there. It's like, I'm definitely thinking the Brooklyn Nets have just avoided that laughing stock mentality. Because let's keep it real. You don't sign D'Angelo Russell. You don't do the shrewd moves like getting Jared Allen, flipping Brook Lopez out. You don't go sign Jaleel for a little bit. You don't do the things that led you to this point if you don't make that trade. So I think Brooklyn literally just won the trade. Because if you would have told me, hey, it's Kyrie and KD at the end of it, and they fill out the roster. You got Karis LeVert, you have Spencer Dinwiddie, you have Jared Allen, now you have DeAndre Jordan. Versus Jason Tatum, Gordon Hayward, not Scary Terry anymore. He got a bag. And who else is it? You don't have Horford anymore. They don't even have a center. So it's like, which roster is better right now? I'd still say Boston just because Kevin Durant literally just blew his Achilles out. But going forward in the next couple of years, that trade is now at least a wash. So now it's a race to whoever's going to win a championship first. Oh dear. I'm thinking, honestly, Kevin Durant, when he comes back, I don't think his game is going to be changed too much. So if you get 80% of what Kevin Durant once was and all of Kyrie, and they still can add some vets on veteran minimums, DeAndre Jordan in the paint. So now you got 40 minutes of just straight energy, and rim protecting. All of us are assuming KD will come back the same. Yeah. No, it is a big assumption, but I think if there's anybody, seriously. But he won't come back the same. But like I said, 75% of Kevin Durant is still better than anybody in the NBA, mostly anybody in the NBA. it's a risk you have to take, and it generates the excitement around you. You have to do it. So Brooklyn almost won the offseason. They almost won the offseason. And I say that because they got it. They got their guys. But there's a caveat. Kyrie is now the best player on the team for this upcoming season. We have to see. But what did you say? He'll play at a little slower pace, but more over the top shooting, more post ups. Nobody's going to be able to guard Kevin Durant. Nobody could guard Kevin Durant. He could have played right now with the Achilles torn. Nobody's going to guard Kevin Durant. But my thing is that Brooklyn almost won the offseason. Kawhi Leonard has not signed at the time of this recording. If Kawhi Leonard signs to the Los Angeles Lakers, who had a better offseason? Who did? That's why I wouldn't want them to sign KD. That's why I wouldn't want the Warriors to re-up KD. Who had a better offseason? So Kawhi Leonard, we waiting on you. I mean, who gonna have a better offseason than the Lakers if they sign Kawhi Leonard? I mean, he could stay with the Raptors. He could. But he also could go get a ring. If Kawhi go get that ring, I'm going to come back on live. I'm going to damn near be yelling. But my thing is, if you're talking about a situation built for winning, Toronto obviously just won the chip. But Golden State also just had to get rid of Kevin Durant, either due to injury, and now he got signed and traded, which, by the way, he got signed and traded for D'Angelo Russell, who came up 4 years, 117, get a bag, young fella, get a bag. What better situation in the NBA is conducive to winning a championship than playing with LeBron James and another top 5 player? If you are also a top 5 player. If Kawhi Leonard is about winning, he's signing with the Lakers. I know what I just said. The Toronto Raptors, God bless them, they won a championship. They did their thing. Lowry got let off the hook. The city of Toronto and the NBA International got a big boost from Canada. But if you're talking about winning a championship for the 2019-2020 season, what better player to go put them marbles in the house, all the marbles, than LeBron James? Even at age 34 going on 35. They got Anthony Davis. They got Kyle Kuzma. Kawhi Leonard would just be the icing on the cake. So why? Why are you going back to Toronto? Because you like it there? Because you want a ring there? That's fine. I could respect all those things. But it's winning time. So if you Kawhi Leonard, where you going? Kawhi wants to be the first option. Kawhi could be the first option. You think Bron is a first option at age 35? Wait, what you... LJ, hold on, little bro. What you need? Little big bro. What you say? You said Kawhi is a better scorer. Scorer than who? Than who? Who? Gonna make me sound like an owl up in there. Who? I gotta see this. Hold on. Kawhi is a better scorer. I gotta see who he talking about. Look, this is Instagram. Look, hold on. I'm getting hip. Hold on. Kawhi is a better scorer. Come on, who? Name it. LeBron the greatest, but he a better shooter than... Yeah, being a better shooter... Oh, no, I can't say Kawhi a better scorer than Bron, bro. Bron the best to ever touch a Spalding ball. Is Kawhi better? Damn. Is Kawhi better than LeBron at scoring? I think he played better defense, obviously. I don't know about better than scoring. LeBron give you 27 a night. Averaging in his career. I'm talking about LeBron being like, if Jordan here, I'm saying LeBron like right here. I can't say that. LeBron is better than Jordan. Look, I'm tired. Look, I'm not even about to talk about this no more. LeBron James is 35 years old. He's been playing in the league since 2003. I don't want to talk about Michael Jordan no more unless we're talking about shoes or we talking about the Hornets. Other than that, cut it. Give it a rest. Give it a rest. But I don't think LeBron would make him his sidekick. If anything, he'd be Anthony Davis's sidekick when it came to scoring the ball. We got to get Anthony Davis going. He the truth, bro. Anthony Davis really about to turn up. So I'm just saying though, but somebody, look, it's only one basketball. Somebody got to figure it out. LeBron's the point guard. So I think that's just gonna be the dynamic. Are the Lakers gonna win a championship if they don't get a third star? Like, what do you fill out the roster with now? Chris Middleton signed back with Milwaukee on a max deal. We saw Jimmy Butler is trying to go to Miami. Who else is out there? You said what's about to happen with D'Angelo? Yeah, another D'Angelo. D'Angelo Russell was a target for the Lakers, and he got signed and traded to Golden State, which I really like. I really like that because if you pay attention, D. Loden and Spencer Dinwiddie were sharing the ball anyway. You know, they was able to play together. You telling me Steph Curry, who probably is more deadly when he's able to run around the court and be that sniper from anywhere. Now D. Loden can hold the ball with pick and rolls now and space. Steph and Clay, when he comes back, are healthy. Or not healthy, are shooters. That's disgusting. D-Lo traded mid-season. I don't know. Wait, LJ, you saying you want him to start on Golden State? Why wouldn't he start? Start him and Steph Curry. Point guard, shooting guard. D-Lo is 6'5". Play him. Well, who else is starting? That's the question. And when Clay come back, play Clay at the 3. What is it? We talking about positions? Let it go. We got Steph, Clay, D-Loden, and then Draymond. And whoever else can play the 5, a warm body. Think about that. Think about a pick and roll with D-Loden and Draymond, and then you got Steph and Clay on the wings. Yeah, I'm putting Clay at the 3. Because I'm just saying, like, yo, it's a point guard and 2 shooters. Those 2 shooters happen to be the best shooters of all time, but it's still 2 shooters. And then you could just play it. You could just go ahead and you could say, all right, now, like basketball isn't always like, oh, how do they play together like this? It could be, if it works for a possession at the end of a game, it matters. Right, Clay already defends the best perimeter players anyway. That's where it'll really suffer is defense. How are they going to all play defense together in the backcourt? You know, because nobody is clamping. But I'm saying, like, D'Angelo might end up having, maybe he doesn't have his highest scoring year all the way throughout because, you know, Clay does take, but Clay is the best guy to have because he'll score 20 a night, but he won't dominate the ball. Steph was playing off of the ball. Look at what they did. Look at what Toronto did when Steph got the ball. Now they have an all-star point guard. D'Angelo put up 21 and 7. And now they have somebody that can run the pick and roll and they can go ahead and get Steph less touches with the ball in his hands. It makes them more dynamic, honestly. And Kevin Durant is sitting out the whole year. No matter how you slice it, no matter what spin you put on it, they are a better team today than they would have been if they had just re-signed Kevin Durant and he sat out the whole year. Now I project them to still make the playoffs. Nothing changed. I think they can go back to the finals. D'Angelo Russell is that good in this potential setting. I've been a fan of D-Loden since I first saw him when he got to college. I didn't see him at Montverde. I'm sorry, I wasn't that cool. You know, wasn't that cool. But from the day I found out who D'Angelo Russell was, I'm like, yo, this kid got it. He's got the game. He's got the swag. He's got the confidence. He got everything. Now he got the bag to match it. Now he's playing with the best team of all time, with the best shooters of all time, and one, you know, just Draymond, the perfect glue guy. And so I'm here for it. Go D-Loden. Most underrated team next year. Most underrated team is probably going to end up being. Hold on, let me think about it real quick. Hold on. Most underrated team next year. Just because I know they're going to get overlooked, even though they probably shouldn't, the Utah Jazz. For real. No, the Utah Jazz. Because, like, we could talk all the talk in the offseason right now. I don't think people are realistically picking the Jazz to be like, yo, they're going to win the finals. But I think I wouldn't be shocked if they did go there. Donovan Mitchell has shown that he is capable of putting up points. Ricky Rubio might be the steal. No, not Ricky Rubio. Mike Conley. Wait, hold on. I got this backwards. Oh, my goodness. My whole thought was literally going based off of Ricky Rubio. I apologize. It's not Ricky Rubio. No, it's not Utah. It is Ricky Rubio, though. I think it's the Phoenix Suns. I really think it's the Phoenix Suns. I think Ricky Rubio transformed them into, like, low-key a playoff contender. Like, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to elevate from the basement. I think that they might, when it comes down to it, you're going to look and be like, damn, D-Book averaging 25 this year? How you doing that? Because they finally got a point guard. They got a point guard that's going to set the table. DeAndre Ayton is legit. Do I need to say more? They have a low-key, nice little thing that they got building. So, yeah. I'm for real. I'm being so serious. I think the Phoenix Suns are going to shock a lot of people. Talking about a 15 seed. No, they won't be the 15 seed, bruh. Watch. Just watch. Look, we don't have to speculate no more. It's all on film. You go ahead. You say what you want. I think Devin Booker is going... Now, the phone ringing. Look. Hey, it's me from the future. The Phoenix Suns are actually going to be kind of decent. For real. Like, that's what I said. I think they compete for the 8th spot. You said surprise. Skylar just said that he thinks they're going to be the freaking 15 seed. I see the West. Yes, I'm saying that it's a surprise. What if I would have said the Kings? You'd be like, duh. Well, look what they got. They got De'Aaron Fox. They have, Harrison Barnes back. Like, they have the bigs. Like, they got it. If I would have said the Jazz, like I originally tweet saying, you would have been like, what? They supposed to go to the finals. If I would have said the Pelicans, well, I just praised them for picking up all their people. Who else is a surprise? The Clippers? They just made the playoffs. But that's what I'm saying. I literally am telling you that I think the Phoenix Suns are going to surprise you and be more competitive than you thought that they were. That's my surprise. Surprise! I think the Suns are going to be decent. You see how that works, Skylar? Jesus. So, yeah. With that being said, that's it. I picked up everything on the docket. If you guys got any last questions, we can do a little Q&A if you want to. But I got everything I needed to say. Anything? Anybody? I'll give it a second. San Antonio. The San Antonio Spurs are going to get DeJounte Murray back. So they made playoffs last year. I think they might be a team that slides out and allows another team to come in like the Lakers or the Kings or something. But I think they'll be the Spurs. They just might not elevate to the next level like, they usually have been. I know how it works. I'm just saying you will be wrong. Bruh, I didn't say the Suns were going to make the playoffs. Go back and watch this or listen to it or whatever you need to. I said they will be competitive and they will compete for a playoff spot. That's okay. That's who I think is going to be the surprise. Do we have to do this again? Who's coming out the East? Man, you asked me for he asked for the West too. He asking me for both. Out the East, I think the Bucks. I think the Bucks are gonna pull up. I think the Bucks are gonna come out of the East. I saw Giannis really fall apart this year. Towards the end there, they really exposed his weaknesses. Get into the rim, they shut that off, and now they said, let's let the roster around us win, and they couldn't. But I've seen something in Giannis. This isn't like wise words, like this is obvious. I think that the Bucks, if I had to pick right now, I would pick the Bucks because I think he's going to come into the offseason, he's going to work his ass off because he got that hunger again. And I think he's going to be able to add a jump shot to the level where you can't just sag off of him. But he also won't just be forced to just go to the paint. So yeah, if I had to pick right now, I say the Bucks. And out of the West, I mean, do the Lakers have 5 guys on their team? It's kind of hard for me to pick a team. I want to say the Lakers, but that would be putting a lot of faith in them to get something done. I don't know if Anthony Davis and LeBron and Kuzma just get you to the finals. So until further notice, again, these are my way too early predictions. I'm going to just pencil the Warriors back in because I do like the D'Angelo Russell fit. And I do think that they can do something decent with that. So, with that being said, now I'm done. So, until next time, this is the Anion Sports Podcast. I'm going to put this up ASAP, so make sure that y'all come in, y'all tune in. If you like this, go ahead, subscribe. We on YouTube with it. Not SoundCloud. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Obviously we got the Instagram live session. I am Don Collins. You already know how it goes. Deuces. I'll talk to y'all later. #BeGreat.